Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of Viman AI. We try and cover stories from real life people who have gone and studied to universities outside India. We bring in stories of what is it that they're doing right now, what were their experiences, and how should you approach the entire thing. With me today is Mr. Abhas. Uh, he has come back from Australia, right now working in Mumbai. Um, so let's dive in directly to the conversation. I would just request Abhas to introduce yourself just in brief. What were the years जब आपने पढ़ाई करी थी and क्या पढ़ाई करी थी? What is it that you're doing right now? Just so that everybody has the context. हाँ जी.
Great. Thanks for the meeting today, Hardik. Pleasure to meet you. So
Same.
I started my bachelor's in technology in mechanical. Uh, it
Okay.
was in India in VIT, and then I went abroad for studying renewable energy engineering, which was mainly focused on solar. So during my bachelor's, I was interested in learning more about clean energy technologies. So I was very interested in solar, especially. So when I was looking for the universities, I found that in Australia there is a university called University of New South Wales. So it has been doing a lot of research and innovation in solar cells. So I thought maybe there the faculty is good and the course is good. So it will be good for me to go there. So I went there in 2017, July 2017, and it was a 2 years course, quite detailed and comprehensive and complex. So uh, it was a very good experience for me in terms of knowing about the breadth and depth of the technology. And then after that, I started applying for jobs, but it was quite challenging there. So I was stuck at a part-time role for a long time. Uh, as an analyst there, and in which I did my proposal generation for solar projects, especially commercial and residential solar, yield estimations, and the usual stuffs that we do as a part of solar energy engineering. So actually, when I graduated from there, it was COVID. Uh, then again, which was another major challenge there to overcome. So I still continued my journey there for some time, and then I came back to India. Uh, yeah. So, do you want to stop me here, or do you want to know more about Australia and
No, I
tell?
think I think I'll stop you there. I think I've got a basic context of things. So you were in Australia in 2017. That's I think 8 years back, है ना? तब तो I'm not sure कि इतना trending था भी बाहर पढ़ने जाना या नहीं था.
No, it was always trending. So the main countries were actually US, but right after Trump actually had come, that it became very hard for everyone to get visas after studies. So people who used to go to US started moving to Australia and Europe. Yeah.
So I think we are seeing the second tenure of Trump. वहाँ पर भी similar ही चीज हो रही है. तो that time also probably something similar happened. That is interesting to know. So I think before we dive into understanding कि यार कैसे select किया course, कौन सी university select करी, क्यों select करी, etc. I'm sure there would be a lot of reasons, right? But I would want to understand कि how was life there? How was life in Australia? You have studied in VIT, right? You have done your bachelor's from VIT Vellore here in India, and then you moved to Australia for your master's. So, I mean, how's life there in general? क्या है वहाँ पर?
So since it was not the first time for me to leave India, and I mean to leave my home place and go somewhere and live alone, but uh, in terms of foreign countries, the major challenge is to balance your part-time jobs and studies. So if you are not really very well placed in terms of financially, uh, I mean covering your costs there. So you have to go for jobs, and if the course is very technical and very advanced, it was another hindrance to your studies there. So that was quite hectic. I mean, most of the time, I think in every same, I used to take a part-time job in the start, and I used to just leave it. I used to just leave it when it was my exams in the end.
Hmm.
I switched jobs every semester there. So it really put me in a bad spot after some time, because when I was applying for those jobs again, I couldn't get them.
Yeah,
So, but that's okay. As long as you are passing the course, your intention is not to work part time there. So your intention is
absolutely.
to go and study, and so that you can get a better full time job in your own field.
Right.
So that was one challenge. Another challenge was, culturally you have to adapt to certain things like food, like, festivals that they celebrate. And Australia was like opposite of the weather in the northern hemisphere. So it used to be summer in December and
Oh,
winter in May. So, but that was okay. It was not a big problem.
right.
So there was one this balancing challenge, cultural, and
Any
then
any any
third.
interesting incidents, uh, Abhas, that you came across? I mean, any incidents that happened, good, bad, वहाँ पर that you can recall right now?
Mm, I cannot recall anything specific, but I mean the experience there taught me how to become street smart. So how to anticipate what someone else is going to do, and then change your plan according to. So it was when I used to be here in India. It we have limited exposure to people. It's not very diverse atmosphere here. So there you see people from every country. So
Correct.
uh, before saying anything to anyone, you just have to make sure that how will that person take it. So yeah, that's the general point I can make, but I can't recall any specific interesting incident. There are lots of stories which are not related to studies. I mean, studies were like usual there. It was just the way we used to do here. Uh, but they were bit more towards application in real world. So that taught me how to not just be a like bookworm and move out, think out of the box, solve real world problems. So that was the real learning from there. Although I was not very successful in terms of getting jobs, but my friends did get jobs because their groundwork was very good in India. So they took like 2 3 years experience and then moved out there, and then they got easily placed. But the problem happens when you just directly jump to higher studies after your bachelor. So I think for anyone who is going for higher studies, I would uh, tell them to ensure that your groundwork in India is so thorough that whenever you come back, you just get a job automatically when you land.
It's a really interesting point. I mean, so what you're saying is that it is better that if you have some experience here in India in a certain field
Yes,
before you decide to go ahead and do more specialization in.
yes,
Oh, I think most of the people who plan to go abroad, I'm not 100% sure, but a lot of things start getting considered only after you have got a master's degree. बट दैट इज काउंटर इंट्यूटिव. आप बोल रहे हो कि एक्सपीरियंस लेकर जाने से जॉब आसानी से लगती है, लॉ बेटर लग जाती है या फिर जल्दी लग जाती है ना?
yes.
वाओ, वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग, वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. ठीक है.
So
आउटसाइड
because
स्टडी.
yeah. No, I just
बताइए.
want to mention that competition is quite high there because it is a country with limited people. So all the best people from the world just arrive at one place, and it automatically raises the bar. So if you are someone with zero experience and going into the job market, there is no chance you will get anything.
Hmm. How is the placement support? I mean, does universities help you in getting a job, or is it that you have to network for yourself? You have to reach out the countries, figure out which are the job fairs. खुद से सब करना होता है या फिर कोई सपोर्ट सिस्टम है वहां पर?
So the universities do have some job fairs in like once a semester, but they do not provide the support, the kind of support our universities in India provide. Like plus place, they will provide placements directly from the college, and those kinds of things do not happen there. So you have to reach out proactively. You have to cold call. You have to go to the company's office, drop resumes. Yeah. So you have to build your network when you study. So after 2 years, you have sufficient connections. You can get you somewhere.
Right, right, right. Any outside work related stories, outside studies related stories? Any cool incidents? Any good incidents?
Uh, Now that you
Australian.
asked me, uh, so there were a couple of incidents where I came really close with the rowdy people there. So I used to, I used to work in a convenience store. Sometimes I used to do the night shift there. So there was, what do you call, uh, what do you call to Anathala in English? So there was
Not finished. Huh?
orphanage, yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Orphanage nearby to it, so which had some teenage people, and our convenience store used to sell cigarettes. So uh, once I was just going to sell a cigarette to a teenager, uh, and I did not. The problem was that I did not ask him for his ID. So without ID, if you sell those kind of cigarettes there,
Yeah.
so it's a very hefty fine of around 1,000 or 10,000. I don't remember the fine, but quite hefty one. So you have to always make sure that you are following the country's norms and you are aware of them, because अनजाने में कुछ भी हो सकता है ये सब countries में. And you later you come to know that police is coming at your door and you are arrested.
तो
So
आपने सेल कर दी थी या फिर
sell
बच्चे?
कर दी थी, and even second one was even weird because second incident, teenager stole the cigarette from me. And I
Oh,
couldn't do anything. So whenever you sell, I mean, such kind of cigarettes or beers there, you have to just keep them in hand before you get the cash. Otherwise, if you just keep on the table, they will take it and run away. Yeah. So that was a bit, yeah, that was one incident.
how is in general security for the students who are pursuing their maybe bachelor's, master's, PhD in and around the campus? Security है, अच्छी है, नहीं है, या फिर बाहर जाके थोड़ा डिटोरिएट होती है जनरल क्या सिनेरियो? बिकॉज बहुत सारे ना पेरेंट्स के भी सवाल रहते हैं. इफ अ पेरेंट इज सेंडिंग देयर गर्ल चाइल्ड typically to study abroad in any of these kinds of, specifically let's talk specific about Australia only. Would you recommend that it's a secure country, it's not a secure country, it's a place to be, and किन चीजों का ध्यान रखना?
So I was living right next to uni in the same suburb, and I would say that that place was very secure. I mean, top notch secure. I mean, it was not like there is police everywhere and all the time, but it was quite secure because I used to roam in that area around 2, 3, 4 in the night when I used to have night shifts. But I didn't face any issue. Even if there is no street light, there were no incidents of mugging or thefts or robbing anything. But if you go farther from the university suburb, farther and farther to the Sydney suburbs, if you are looking for a cheaper accommodation and moving outside the city, then it becomes a issue because there are some what do you call extremists or white supremacists. I've never encountered them in person, but I've heard about them. There are certain suburbs like Blacktown, Wentworthville, and where usually people go for a cheaper one because accommodation near the uni is always the expensive one. So yeah, that's what they need to take care about. For the girls particularly, I would say the best way to travel there is to get a rent a car or buy a car there and just drive anywhere.
Right. क्या मतलब, तो मैं बस वही समझना चाह रहा था. आई अंडरस्टैंड दैट द क्लोजर यू आर टू द यूनिवर्सिटी द कॉस्ट राइजेस, बट I think for the students who are seriously pursuing their studies, it is best to, live near to the university, even if the cost is higher, because then the kind of security it provides at least helps you sleep well at night.
So another thing I remember. So the security had its own response team, security response team. So there were several places in the uni where they had placed those emergency buttons. So if there is any such incident, you can press them, and the security will arrive within 5 minutes or so. So it
Wow.
was specific to that uni. I'm not sure about other uni. How do they do it? But
This is for
UNSW is
University of
quite safe.
South Wales. This is for
Yeah,
University of South.
it's very safe. I can 100% recommend even for girls.
Very interesting. Very interesting. How is your overall purview of things? मतलब अगर आपको आज डिसाइड करवाना हो किसी स्टूडेंट को कि यार ऑस्ट्रेलिया में टेक्निकल फील्ड में नॉन टेक्निकल फील्ड में एमबीए रिलेटेड कोर्सेज के लिए नहीं जाना चाहिए, पैसा लगाएं या ना लगाएं?
So, yeah, so
मैं सवाल क्यों पूछ रहा हूँ? मैं सवाल इसलिए पूछ रहा हूँ बिकॉज जनरली ये बहुत ज्यादा एक फाइनेंशियल वो भी रहता है. एट द एंड ऑफ द डे इट कॉस्ट, इट्स अ वेरी बिग लाइफ डिसीजन, राइट? एज बिग एज मोटा मोटी बिल्डिंग अ होम. आप 30-40 लाख 50 लाख upwards of that money you are spending there, you are spending 1 or 2 years of your life. तो उस डिसीजन को लेकर क्या थॉट प्रोसेस है आपका? आप क्या रिकमेंड करोगे पर्सनली?
So the first thing is for any student who wants to go abroad, they have to be very clear in their mind what they want. If they want to do a full time job in their own field after studies, and they want a kind of lifestyle, or they want to get permanently settled in Australia. So for that, I think Australia is quite open to immigration as compared to any other country. So if you have the right qualification, right, the right education, the right skills, you will definitely find a job there.
Right.
If you want if you want to have the right skill, you need to work in the right job environments, especially in India, before you go there. So after, I would only recommend any kind of foreign education only after you have gained some kind of preliminary experience in India.
Hmm.
So especially this, if for engineers, site experience, or these kinds of experiences matter a lot there. So it automatically places you very high up as compared to others after when you graduate. So their employers really appreciate that someone experienced is coming there, and they don't have to train, they don't have to spend resources on them. So it all comes down to how good of a professional you are before you are going for the studies. So yeah, that is the point.
वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. ठीक है, बट बहुत सारे ऑस्ट्रेलिया में देर आर अ लॉट ऑफ बैचलर रिलेटेड अपॉर्चुनिटीज ऑल्सो. A
Yes.
lot of parents send their kids for doing bachelors there. 3-year courses are available, 4-year courses are available. What are your thoughts on that? Would you recommend that? Because bachelors ka, I think the primary agenda is not maybe immediately getting into jobs, but that getting that kind of a global exposure, right? तो वहां पर would it be a good choice? Would you recommend that?
For bachelors, I don't think I will recommend it for bachelors,
Hmm.
because you can do a lot better for bachelors in India, and
Hmm.
uh, with a lot less money. So unless you have really got secured any scholarships for like 4 years, which I don't think it will be
Yeah.
any. I don't think there are any such scholarships. But unless there is any specific reason, I can't recommend bachelors in general. Like I can recommend for masters. So yeah, that's my view on that.
Understood. Understood. How is your batch placed? I mean, I'm sure you would have a class strength of what 50, 60 odd people from different countries, right?
Yes.
वो कितने इंडियन थे उसमें से कोई अभी टच में है? क्या कर रहे हैं वो मास्टर्स में? आई एम श्योर वो फ्रेंडशिप थोड़ी सी लिमिटेड ही बन पाती है, बैचलर्स के ही दोस्त ज्यादा होते हैं, बट फिर भी अगर इफ यू हैव सम विजिबिलिटी.
So all of my friends got placed after the year, after their studies. It did take some people like time, like 5 or 6 months, but they were eventually placed. And most of them have got the permanent residency there as well. So they
Oh.
are doing quite good. The only thing
Mm.
now for them is they are a bit alone there. So bringing their families, I mean, their timelines are a bit delayed for marriage. It it works for them, so I don't have any objections. But yeah, so the good thing about them was that they were very skilled engineers when they were here, and then masters was just like a bonus, a ticket for a PR. So they just did it, and right after that they got jobs, and now they are doing quite well. They are earning like 150K salary there.
आई
Not lot of them are. Yeah,
बहुत सारे लोग मास्टर्स वो पीआर वाले एंगल से ही करने के लिए
yeah,
जाते
yeah. So that's how we think here. So if you want to come back, so that's what I said. So does not matter if you want to come back after masters, if you want to come back after 2 years, if you want to do 2 + 2 years, then come back. If you want to just go and permanent residency. In every case, having a job here works. I mean,
हैं.
doing working here works.
ठीक है. आई थिंक दिस इज लार्जली फ्रॉम माय एंड. मेरे को यही दो चार मोटे मोटे टॉपिक्स टच करने थे आपसे समझने के स्टैंड पॉइंट
Okay.
से. एनीथिंग दैट यू वुड लाइक टू ऐड, एनीथिंग दैट यू वुड लाइक टू टेल द ऑडियंस हु वुड इवेंचुअली सी दीज वीडियोस, कैसे देखना चाहिए उनको ऑस्ट्रेलिया, कैसे नहीं देखना चाहिए. कुछ भी मतलब इसके अराउंड. Any advice that
Australia,
you would like to share with people who want to study abroad?
yeah, I mean, look at your comfort zone. So how far you can push it. That
Hmm.
will create a lot of difference. For some people, food is a major issue. They only want veg food or they only want non-veg food. So adaptability will take you very far. It's adaptability and right direction is are two main things there when you go there. So you have to adapt to their, I mean, whichever routine of the uni or routine of your work. So yeah, so good habits will will be very important. If you have any good habits, I mean, if you have good habits, like if you are doing well here and following a certain way of life that makes sense. It will make sense there as well.
Great,
But
great.
apart from that, I don't have really much. I wish I would have stayed there longer and had more stories, but I just told you in brief whatever I have.
No, I think
Yeah,
it was really fun interacting with you and got to learn a lot of new things. I mean, the security in and around the campus, the incident that you came across, you have given some valuable, really valuable insights in terms of आपको job में क्या help कर सकता है, क्या नहीं help कर सकता है. I think a lot of these points add a lot of value to people who are seriously planning to build a career in Australia. So no doubt about it. See, long term में something that I want is that, you know, because we are interacting, if somebody reaches out and he wants to speak to you, right, related to renewable energy courses, maybe solar energy related things, we should be in a position to help him. That is how I think, right? तो अगर कुछ होगा
sure,
तो
sure.
मैं आपसे कनेक्ट कराता हूँ. We'll try and build a community around this, that if at all there's somebody who is seriously planning, he should at least get familiarized with all the aspects of studying abroad, be it pushing out the comfort zone, be it understanding about finances in depth, getting details about placement support होगा नहीं होगा, क्या होगा, कहाँ तक हो सकता है, राइट, क्या क्या करना पड़ता है, छोड़नी है पार्ट टाइम या नहीं छोड़नी है, कितनी कितने
Correct.
घंटे की पार्ट टाइम लेनी है, कितने घंटे की नहीं लेनी है.
Yeah,
तो वो सारी चीजें समझने के लिए somebody reaches out, I'll definitely put him in touch with you, है ना. I
yeah,
hope that.
sure. I would be happy to help provide any guidance which based on whatever my understanding is. So yeah,
Super.
no
Great,
problem.
great, great. ठीक है. Thank you so much,
Okay,
Abbas. It was
thank you,
it
sir.
was really lovely speaking to you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for coming. Yeah.
likewise. Bye
Okay.
bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.